Hey, you good for nothing?
Me?
Yeah. Who else? It's you. When I checked my luggage, only 2 pairs of socks were in it for this entire business trip. I told you to pack me some underwear too. They weren't in there. What's up with that?
Oh, sorry, it's my bad.
You're a housewife, but you can't even properly pack your husband's stuff. If you can't take care of me right, don't call yourself a housewife. You're just a lazy freeloader.
I'm sorry, I'll be more careful next time.
What if my work doesn't go well because of this? It'll be your fault.
Just because of the socks and underwear?
I'm nice enough to marry someone like you without the degree, skills, or money. So you better get your act together.
Yes.
You, with no abilities, won't be able to survive if I divorce you, right?
You don't have to put it like that.
Then take better care of me.
I was a bit busy with Jack's field trip preparations.
Don't use our kid as an excuse. Who's providing for you?
I know that.
If you do, then prioritize me. Geez, why do I have to explain every detail? You're so incompetent without a college degree and any understanding, you know?
But Jack's only 5 years old and requires a lot of attention. It would really help if you could do some things on your own.
Oh man, you still don't get it, huh? What are you saying? You're a housewife, right?
Yes.
Your job is to take care of your husband, the breadwinner, isn't it?
I understand that.
If you understand, then why aren't you doing it already?
I'm sorry.
Anyone can apologize, you know? You need to show it through your actions, okay? Listen, I work to provide a good life for you guys. This business trip to Mexico is for that too.
Yes, thank you for your hard work. It's a 5-day trip, right?
Right. I work my butt off, but you're neglecting your duties as a housewife. It's outrageous. When I return, you better welcome me with open arms. Got it?
Yes, got it.
Make sure there's a hearty meal on the table too. If I find out you cut corners, there will be consequences.
Okay. I'm Shiana, 35 years old. I'm part of a family of 3, including my 5-year-old son Jack and my husband Louis. Louis and I work at the same company and got married. When we were going out, he made all the decisions from where we went to what we ate. Back then, I thought of him as a decisive person and found it quite appealing. However, it was only after we got married that I realized he was actually quite selfish and always wanted things to go his way. By that time, we already had a child, so I believed that if I could just tolerate it, things would work out. His job involves frequent business trips, with Mexico being one of the places he visits at least once a month. This time, his trip there was scheduled for 5 days. Little did I know that it would lead to something completely unexpected. Louis is in big trouble! There's been a plane crash! My precious only child! What am I going to do? Oh God, I wish this was just a dream! Shiana, what are we going to do now? What's going on, Joyce? You need to watch the news right now! A plane crash in Mexico? No way. His name appeared on the screen before. Oh no, it's mentioned again just now. I won't be able to go on if I lose him. Please, calm down. He might still be okay even if he was in the accident. But they said it was pretty much hopeless for the crew and passengers after a plane crashed into the sea. He's a good swimmer, so he might have survived. Sure, he's been good at swimming since he was young, but it's a plane crash. Swimming skills won't help in this situation. But we won't know for sure until... How can we confirm? I think I should call him just to be sure. Hey, what's happening? Well, I can't get through to him. You can't reach him? You see? Does that mean he's in a hopeless situation? Is that it? This can't be true. Oh God, Louis! We still don't know for sure. I'll try contacting the airline and his workplace. Then do it quickly! Should I also contact the embassy? Contact everyone you can think of! Understood. I'll do my best to find out more. Please wait a little longer. By the way, you're remarkably composed right now. Why are you so calm? Am I? Your husband was in a plane accident. Most people would be more frantic in this situation, don't you think? At times like this, it's important to stay calm. Panicking with uncertain information is the last thing you want to do. You've always been so cold, you know. Poor Louis. Excuse me? Are you thinking about collecting the insurance money if he's gone? You're a heartless wife. What in the world are you saying? Honestly, I was against your marriage from the start. Your family is poor and you only have a high school education. I shouldn't have approved it. Why are you saying this now? Your parents run an unprofitable business, right? That's why you, from a poor family, ended up in a low-level public school instead of a private one. It's your parents' wrong upbringing that turned you into a heartless, cold woman. Even though you came from a poor family and went to a low-level public high school, they should have taught you the importance of family values. Is this really the time for all of this? Louis is an elite from Stanford University. I absolutely despise the idea of marrying someone like you who didn't even go to college. But I allowed it out of pity. Joyce, we need to confirm the plane crash right now. Oh, I get it now. You arranged this plane crash too, didn't you? What nonsense. How could I do such a thing? You knew it would crash and deliberately put him on that flight. Are you crazy? His company handled the flight bookings. You probably instructed them to do that, to leave no evidence. How on earth would I even know that it was going to crash? Unless you have some kind of superpower, it's impossible. A loving married couple should naturally know things like this. If there's love, you should have sensed if there was going to be an accident, or if it was better not to take that flight. It's your fault for not sensing that. Hold on a sec. What you're saying is absurd. Even if something happens to him, I won't give you a single cent. His savings and property, everything belongs to me. But we still don't have any information on his status. We need to clarify these things beforehand. Even if that were the case, the inheritance rights would go to Jack in that event. Well, he's the heir to this family. Naturally, his custody and inheritance rights belong to me too. I won't accept that. He'll remain with me no matter what. If something happens to Louis, he'd be my only family. Over here too, if he were to be gone, the heir would only be my grandchild. If you don't compromise, I won't have a choice. Then it's going to court. I can afford a good lawyer because I have money, but you don't, so it's clear who's going to win. That's terrible. We still don't even know what happened to Louis. This is a time to make things clear. It would have been wise to clarify and document these things before you guys got married. If something happens to him, you'll leave without my grandchild. No way. But first, we need to confirm his safety. I don't believe he's gone. I believe he's still alive. As I watched the news in shock, my mother-in-law Joyce sent me messages that further stunned me. She shares a similar personality with Louis. Since our marriage, I've been caught in between these two strong-willed and selfish people, enduring hardships all along. I had always felt that she didn't truly accept me as her family. But I never expected her to be that crazy, especially in this situation where Louis might be in a disastrous accident. What if something really happened to him? Will my son be taken away from me? I was distraught, not knowing what to do, and just kept trying to confirm his safety. When I called the airline, the line remained busy. His workplace informed me that he had applied for 3 days of paid leave. They weren't sure if he had boarded the scheduled flight or if he was still in Mexico. Overwhelmed with anxiety, I decided to leave Jack with my parents. Then, I obtained an emergency passport and headed to Mexico, at least to be closer to the situation. Hey, have you found Louis yet? The airline isn't helping, so I still don't know. Even when I asked at the airport, they kept saying they didn't know. Then what's the point of you going there? What did you go for? Did you just spend a ton of money to go on a vacation or something? I couldn't possibly think of anything like that in this situation. I might get some information by being here rather than waiting back home. But you don't know anything yet. You're really incompetent. Try harder. What about his phone? Did you get through? No, that didn't work either. Are you sure you're really trying to contact him? Based on the news here, they seem to have located the crash site. It looks like the rescue teams are heading there. So, he might be okay? Still unclear. Just don't get your hopes up too high. He's been stranded in the sea for more than a day. What? You're saying it's better if he doesn't survive? You're such a heartless woman. I'm not thinking that at all. You're just a high school graduate and you don't even speak Spanish, do you? Are you really getting accurate information? I can speak Spanish, you know. Even though you only graduated from high school? You probably speak broken Spanish, right? Can that even get you by locally? I went volunteering abroad instead of going to college, so I can manage daily life and have conversations. Huh? I joined my church to do volunteering in Peru. Were you doing odd jobs abroad because you were so poor? Oh my God, no. Anyway, I can speak Spanish, so I won't misunderstand the news. Well, if so, then make sure you get the information right and find Louis. If something happens to him, I'll never forgive you.
Hey, I'm back, but you're not here. I know you're an incompetent housewife, but can't you even be here to welcome me back? You promised to do so to make up for not properly packing my stuff, didn't you? Breaking your promise, huh? Are you taking me lightly?
Is this?
Listen, be back in 5 minutes. I won't forgive you if you're 1 minute late.
You're home?
Isn't it obvious that I should be home? You're not happy that I'm back?
You're alive. I was so worried that you might be gone.
Huh? Who's gone? I'm back in the States. I'm currently at home.
Is it really true?
Of course. Come home quickly and make dinner.
Weren't you involved in a plane crash?
Crash? What are you talking about?
Because the flight you were supposed to be on crashed, and your name was on the news.
Oh? I rescheduled my return flight, so I canceled the one I was supposed to take.
Plus, your phone wasn't working.
I dropped it in the bathroom during the trip, and it broke. I sent it for repair and have been using a temporary one since coming back.
I see.
Come to think of it, there was some news about an accident when I was coming back. Was that the flight I was supposed to take? I unknowingly dodged a bullet. Seems like when you reach my status, you can avoid danger without even realizing it.
I was really worried. I'm glad you're still with us.
Of course I'm alive. Anyway, come back home quickly and cook something. I'm starving. Also, the house is a mess. What have you been doing?
I had to leave in a hurry.
You're really lax for a housewife, huh? You can't be anything else but that, so you should be doing your job better, as I always say. Just come home right away.
I can't. I'm in Mexico right now. I flew out to check on you.
What? Are you kidding me? What a waste of money.
Don't talk like that. I was worried about you.
You could have just waited for me to contact you.
But if something happened to you, you couldn't contact me, right?
Or was it for my life insurance? Did you rush to the site for that? You're unbelievable.
Why is it that both you and your mom are saying such things? Isn't it normal to be concerned about my own husband?
Oh, I wonder. More importantly, what about my dinner?
You can get something for yourself.
What's with that high and mighty attitude? Are you trying to starve me to death and get life insurance or something?
Of course not.
Then get on a plane back right now.
I'll do that without you telling me. Oh, wait.
If you get on a plane now, you'll land in about 3 hours. Hurry up. Hey, have you already arrived? Get back home and start cooking. You're such a useless wife.
Well, you see, I'm still in Mexico City.
Why are you still over there? You already confirmed that I'm fine.
Yeah, but...
I told you to get on a plane and come back immediately. Don't tell me a good-for-nothing housewife like you planned to have fun there and then return, do you?
The one who was having fun was you, right?
What are you talking about? I said it was a business trip, didn't I?
But you've been using your paid leave and extending your stays every time, right? I inquired with your company.
I was extending my stay for some rest. What's wrong with that? And you contacted my office?
Yeah, I was worried about you, and I stayed at the same hotel as you. You left something there, right?
Huh?
Who's Maria?
Who?
She came to the hotel to pick up your forgotten item. She said she was your wife.
That's...
And she even has a 1-year-old son, she said. Please explain.
Is there some kind of misunderstanding here?
Misunderstanding?
Because, there's a language barrier. I mean, I'm already surprised that you managed to stay at a very local hotel. You don't even speak Spanish.
Did you forget that I volunteered in Peru in the past? Oh, maybe you forgot because you aren't interested in me. You have Maria, right?
Well...
I'm invited to her house and I'm meeting her family and relatives now.
No way.
They threw you guys a grand wedding 2 years ago, isn't that right? I was shown some pictures.
That's... Well, you see...
You haven't legally married yet because of some paperwork issues. But did I hear it'll be done soon?
Well, I have some obstacles.
Obstacles?
Please, can you not tell Maria anything?
Don't tell her what? Like, I'm the real wife? And we have a 6-year-old child together? Or you were having an affair here while everyone back home was worried about an accident?
All of it.
Wow, you really love her, huh?
No, you're the only one that I love, Shiana. She was just a fling from the beginning.
Huh? You even had a wedding though.
Oh, that? That's because her family meddled in and forced me to do it. I didn't have much choice as she got pregnant. I didn't want to get married at all.
You look happy in the wedding pictures though.
It's a fake smile. And besides, if we ever divorced over there, I'd be hit with some outrageous financial claims because of the customs.
Oh, really?
Not to mention, every time I visit, her family constantly nags me for money. I figured it was about time to call it quits. Please, let me end things amicably with her, so play along for now.
How are you planning to do that? Will you stop coming here? Quit contacting her and disavow the child?
Right. It's a natural dissolution. We shouldn't have been together in the beginning because we're from different countries. I'm just trying to make it right.
That's too irresponsible. But I hear there are so many others like you.
Yeah, it happens all the time. I haven't given her my contact information or told her my company name, so don't worry as long as you keep quiet.
Oops, I already did. And by the way, I told her that you and I are married for now, but we'll get divorced soon, so she doesn't need to worry.
No.
I'll file for divorce and make sure to claim alimony. Also, I'll take custody of Jack, so you'll have to pay child support.
No way! He's the heir! There's no way Mom will let him go!
It's all good. There's another one between you and Maria. I'm sure she wouldn't dare to complain. And even if it goes to court, I'm pretty sure I'd win. So, live happily with your other family.
Wait! Just wait! It'll affect my image at work if we divorce. I have a certain standing in my company, you know. Please, reconsider.
After I return, I'll go straight back to my parents. We'll discuss the divorce through a lawyer, so please cooperate.
Wait! Please! You know I love you. You're the only one. I don't want to be a divorcee. Think it over, will you?
Subsequently, I filed for divorce. I've taken custody and we settled on alimony and child support. Louis had a hard time at his job due to the incident becoming known, leading him to resign. He moved back in with his mother and they were living modestly together for a while. Recently, Maria arrived with the child and began living with them. However, due to her inability to speak any English, as well as dealing with the selfish Joyce and the unhelpful Louis, who didn't assist with household chores or childcare, she lost her patience and returned to Mexico after 3 days. Louis struggled to find a new job while dealing with the twice increased alimony and child support payments. He had to take multiple part-time jobs to make ends meet, never getting a break, and living in poverty with his mother. I was able to find a job where I could put my Spanish skills to good use. With the help of my parents, I'll be working hard to balance raising Jack and my career from now on.
Paige, we need to talk immediately. Huh? Today, okay? Are you okay, Mom? I don't want you calling me a mother. You're a loser. What is it all of a sudden? Will you explain what's going on? You don't have any idea? Well, no. I don't even know why you're calling me a loser. Be quiet, you beggar. Now I'm a beggar. Will you please calm down and explain? I can't calm down after seeing your bank account. My bank account? You didn't lock your laptop and left it on the dining table. What? Why are you at my place? Did you make a duplicate key again? We talked about this. Please ask before you come to our house. What are you even doing there? That doesn't matter now. You only have $10 in your account. $10? You work for a big company and your balance is only $10? You must be spending a lot. When you and Alex visited me before you guys got married, I said okay because you had a decent job at a mega company. But your balance is $10? What the hell is this? Are you not making enough or spending too much? Get a divorce right now and get out my son's house. Let me tell you something. I have no recollection of that account. There's no reason for me to leave. You deny what I've surely seen with my own eyes? That's not my account, so I don't know what to do. Oh no, what kind of a person you are? You're such a loser. You're a beggar. You're a spender. All of them are wrong. I feel sorry for Alex. He'll divorce you for sure. Alex, how's your friend's wedding? Hi, Paige. It's going great. What's up? I think your mom made a duplicate key to the house again. What? I'm sorry to bother you when you're in a festive mood. It's okay, and there's nothing to apologize. I mean, I took away her duplicate key last time. I know, and I saw you at that you did. But she was here again today without permission. Oh no. How many duplicate keys did she make? And what did she do this time? Did she smash all the dishes? She saw a bank account with a balance of $10. What? She said the laptop was on the dining table. Do you know anything about it? Yeah, that's probably my fault. What? Oh, yeah? We were talking about moving a good chunk of money into our city the other day. So, this morning, I transferred all but $10. I think I didn't turn off my laptop. Oh, that's why the account has $10. Yep. This morning, right before I went to the wedding. I was busy changing into my suit and totally forgot about closing my laptop. I usually close all the windows and turn it off. I'm a cautious person, you know. I see. That makes sense. I left before you did this morning, so I wondered what was happening. I'm sorry it got messy. I'll talk to Mom about it. Please. Wait a minute. What? I think we can use this situation. Don't you? Use this situation? It's what we're talking about when my mom made a duplicate key without permission last time. What? Oh, that! Yeah, I was serious about it. What do you think? I don't know. I'd appreciate it if you're okay with it, but... Then it's settled. I hope you're fine if it gets messy. It's okay. I trust you. Thank you. Let's have a strategy meeting when we get home. Sure. Paige, looks like you're ready to listen to me now. I found a divorce paper on the living room table. Huh? Did you enter the house without permission again? That's not important. You're getting a divorce, right? I told Alex about your account, and I guess it worked. Oh, you told him? Then you'd understand. That's Alex's bank account. Don't lie to me, loser. I'm not lying. It's not good to accuse someone without checking the evidence. Alex seemed to be trying to cover for you by saying that. But you signed the divorce papers just as I told you. I was right. You loser, get out of our life. I see. I wanted to give you one last chance. The last chance? I don't care if you believe me or not anymore. Huh? That's enough. Excuse me. What the hell is this? Well, if the divorce is finalized, I don't care about anything else. I will make sure that Alex's old room is clean and tidy. He can come home whenever. Paige, I just finished work. Thanks for your hard work. I saw the text you sent me. I guess it didn't work. Yeah, well, I thought I'd given her one last chance. She has accumulated decades of lousy temperament. Even I couldn't handle it. Are you okay? After all, she's your mother. Are you sure? Yeah, don't worry about me. I'm fine. Actually, a part of me feels good about it. After all, my dad's on the verge of a mental breakdown because of my mom. She's a monster. No one can change her mind. She thinks her way or the highway. I see. I appreciate your concern. I've already over it. I'm fine. Yeah, okay. I'll see you at the new place then. Yes, I'm leaving home now. Paige, what is this all about? I thought you were divorced, but Alex never came home. I went to the house today to check on him, but I couldn't use my key. Not just that, your neighbor told me that there's no one living there now. Where on earth have you taken Alex? Give me back my Alex! Mom, stop texting Paige. Alex, where are you now? Come back to our house as soon as possible. We'll live together again, just like in old times. Live together? Did we ever get along, Mom? What are you talking about? We've been good for a long time. When your father ran away, you stayed with me. Because if I hadn't, he wouldn't have been free. What? You got pregnant with me to keep Dad from leaving you, right? Oh no, that's not true. Dad was terrified by your obsessive behavior. Did you know that he went to see a psychiatrist? Well, so I stayed with you so that Dad could leave and be free. What? But that's over now. What do you mean? I don't ever want to lose Paige. She married me knowing all these things. Huh? What are you talking about? You're already divorced. Nope. Huh? That divorce paper is fake. Fake? You were bothering Paige about the bank account and told her to get a divorce. We wanted to see your reaction when you see the fake divorce paper. I wanted to know if you would listen to what I had to say. That's what we wanted to know. I had to laugh because everything went as badly as I had expected. What? I'm all done with you. What? We moved out of the house without telling you. What are you talking about? What did she do to you? Are you brainwashed? If so, I'll get you a lawyer or something. I told you we moved most of the money to CD. And that account is mine. You didn't even check it and assumed it was Paige's. But she only had $10. She must be spending a lot behind you then. Again, we moved most of the money to CD. I also explained that the account was mine. You didn't listen to me at all. You don't care what I say. You don't care about my feeling. Alex? There's no point in talking to you. I'm done. Huh? Please do not contact us anymore. Wait! Goodbye forever. Immediately after this, both Alex and I changed our phone numbers. This alone was not enough to make us feel secure. We asked his relatives, and they agreed to keep eyes for a while. We started moving to the UK, where Alex's father lives. Alex's dad is running a business there, and Alex is supposed to help him with that. My request to transfer to the UK branch office was approved, and in fact, I have already left for the UK. On the other hand, my mother-in-law somehow learned that we moved somewhere in the UK, but she does not know how to find us. She's stressed out and broke down one day. She lives in a facility where no one comes to visit her.
Hey, Lily? What happened to my brother? I can't reach him. Is something wrong?
Hi, Hannah.
Nothing's wrong. He's just sleeping now after a night shift. I'm sure he'll be up in the evening. If you need something, I can ask him.
What? Don't get involved. You are being cocky just because you are my brother's wife. I have no business with you, and it's not your place to get involved in conversation between us siblings. Get it?
Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said anything.
I just got worried because I thought something was wrong since he's not replying. If he's just sleeping, I will just message him again later in the evening. But I should probably tell you about it.
Huh? What is it?
I'm actually getting married.
What? Really? Congratulations!
I met him through a university club, you know. I got a job at a decent company and we saved up enough money for the wedding. So, we decided it was time to tie the knot.
I see. We have to celebrate it. I'm looking forward for the wedding. Have you decided where you're going to hold the wedding?
Well, yes, but are you planning to attend my wedding?
Yeah, of course. It's my sister-in-law's wedding.
Maybe you shouldn't do that.
What? Why not? Is there any problem if I attend your wedding? It's my sister-in-law's big day, and I really like to celebrate it.
Because you are a high school dropout. The people who attend the wedding will be like my friends and my fiancé's coworkers, you know? They are all highly educated people from high-ranking universities.
I see. But what does that have to do with my educational background? I want to celebrate as much as your friends and colleagues.
OMG. Don't you get it? Your feelings doesn't change your educational background. Obviously, your presence will be weird at my wedding.
What? Weird? Why?
Are you serious? Why are you so slow? For real, you are a poorly educated person. If you were to have a conversation with my friends or my fiancé's colleagues, you might be embarrassed. They often say things that only intelligent people can understand. And if you are slow like this, you can even have a conversation with them. So, for your sake, I'm telling you that you shouldn't attend the wedding.
I don't think that's what's gonna happen. I wonder if my educational background has anything to do with that.
Of course it does. You can tell how smart someone is by the way they talk to you. I don't want people to know that I have a family member who is a high school dropout. So, will you not come to my wedding? It will cause so much trouble if you attend. I mean, first of all, I'm not going to invite you.
Okay, then it's sad, but I'll give up attending the wedding. But I'll let my husband bring the wedding gift, including mine.
A gift from you? It's probably something cheap, isn't it? I don't need that. You just want the wedding favors, right? Wow, you're so greedy.
If that's what you're thinking, then never mind.
Hey, Lily, about my wedding? Actually, you should come too.
What? What's wrong all of a sudden? Last time you were talking so much about my educational background and how embarrassing it would be. Even the invitation came in my husband's name, but not mine. So I was planning not to attend the wedding.
I thought I had said too much to you. After all, you are part of the family too. I also thought that from now on, we should get along as a family.
Really? I'm glad you said that. Ever since I introduced myself as fiancé, I had a feelings that you hated me. But I always wanted to be friends with you. Besides, I'm an only child, so I'm happy to have a sister, even if it's a sister-in-law. I always wanted to treat you like a real sister.
Oh, I didn't know that. Then from now on, I will treat you as a real family without hesitation.
Yeah, of course. If you have any problems, I'm always here for you. Even though we're sister-in-law, we are still sisters. You can count on your sister.
Thanks. I don't have anything in particular now, but I'll let you know if I have a problem.
Hannah, my husband and I just arrived at the wedding venue. The staff told me that I'm supposed to be absent. What's going on?
OMG. Wow, you really came? That's hilarious. I just said something nice to you and here you are. You are so easy to get tricked.
What do you mean?
Oh, you're too shocked to accept the reality, aren't you? Of course, it's a lie that I want to be close to you. You were easily fooled. You really are an idiot. What's with the "you can count on your sister" thing? That's so funny. You can't even tell if I was lying or not. You are so uneducated. It's hilarious.
Was it all a lie? Why did you lie to me?
It's just that my older brother said something terrible like, "If you don't invite my precious wife, then I won't go either." So, I thought if I pretend to invite you anyway, my brother would attend. Just as I thought. Oh, but I told you one truth before.
A truth?
Yeah, I've decided to treat you without any hesitation. I don't accept you as family, but I've decided to treat you without any hesitation.
So? That's why you treated me like this?
Well, I guess that's why.
You're not treating me without any hesitation. You're just treating me like crap.
That's because you are a person of such low value, isn't it? People with low education are not allowed to be at my wedding. Get the hell out of here.
I see. You're sure you want me to leave? I brought a gift for you, but you don't need it either?
What? Are you trying to catch me with money? I don't need it. I don't need it from a high school dropout. Get the hell out of here, you stupid high school dropout lady.
Okay, I'm leaving. But I don't care what happens, okay?
There's nothing will happen after you leave. I'm not afraid of your threats. So, stop trying to make a fool of yourself and get the hell out of here. You must have said something strange to the people who came to the wedding. Everyone in the family is mad, and even my husband and his coworkers are leaving the wedding venue.
Oh, why do you think it was me?
Because I can't think of anyone else who would do such a terrible thing. They all congratulated me at first.
I didn't harass you or anything, okay? I was just being honest with the people who questioned me leaving. I told them that I'm leaving because you asked me to.
What? What do you mean, people? You don't know anyone besides my family.
Oh, you haven't heard anything from your husband, have you? That's true. I told him not to tell you.
Huh? What does my husband have to do with you?
Hannah, you've always looked down on me, calling me uneducated, but you never asked what kind of work I do, did you?
I'm not interested in that. And there aren't many good jobs that an educated person can work.
You should stop making assumptions like that. It seems like you have more of an educational background complex.
Huh? I graduated from a high-ranked university. So, there's no way that's true. The words of highly educated people and less educated people are different. The places you can work, the lifetime income, and the luxury life are completely different. You poor, uneducated person don't understand that.
I know you graduated from a good university, but you repeated a year twice, right? Come on, you are an adult now.
Shut up! You're an old lady. So, what does your job have to do with it?
Hannah, do you know the president of the company your husband works for? How would I know that? I met some of his coworkers, but there's no way I'd meet the president. Well, that's right. If you knew, you would have acted this way with me from the beginning. What? Hey, what do you mean? You're a well-educated girl, Hannah. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. What? What are you talking about? Don't you understand? I'm the next president of the company your husband works for. There are a lot of formalities to go through. So, I'm supposed to take office in about 6 months, I guess. What? Why are you in such a position? In a word, it's because I'm the president's daughter. I don't understand. Why didn't you tell me that? Besides, since you got married to my brother, so my brother is supposed to take over these things. Why are you, a woman, supposed to be the president? I thought about having my husband take over, but he's not that type, right? He's not good at communicating with people. He refrained from doing it because he didn't think it was right for him to. The idea that a man should take over the family business is also not in line with the current times. So, I decided to take over. I don't care about any of that now. Why you didn't tell me? Because if you found out that your husband's sister is the president of the company he works for, wouldn't you feel suffocated? We've come so far as to become a family, but I wanted to hang out with you without that kind of formalities. Well, when it comes to you, there is no need to worry about that. You were not so formal or anything. You treated me without respect and called me a stupid high school dropout. Right? It's not fair to talk like that after telling me about your job. And my husband is so angry that saying he will call off the wedding. Well, of course. You wouldn't want to marry someone who is so vicious and disrespectful, would you? Oh my God! The wedding will be complete mess now. Just come back now. If you come back, it will surely work out well. If you had told me earlier that you were the next president, this wouldn't have happened. It's your fault. So, come back and take responsibility. Well, I'm already back at the hotel I booked nearby. And I've changed into my casual clothes. So, it's a bit of a hassle. Just do it! Come back now! Please, sis? Can you please come back just for a few minutes? I don't care if you're in casual clothes or anything. What's the matter? What's wrong with you? You've suddenly acting like that. A minute ago, you were breathing down my neck about how it was my fault. What happened to the story of making me take responsibility? Oh no, responsibility is nothing. Please come back. My husband wants to cancel not only the wedding, but also the marriage itself. My mom and dad are mad too. And they're going to cut me off. I can't find my brother, so I don't know too. Oh, he's at the hotel with me. I asked him what was going on, and he said he was going to cut you off too. Oh no! Even my brother? I can't believe it. All of this is because you kept it a secret. Oh, I thought you were acting all calm, but it was just acting, huh? No, that was just an emotional outburst. Hey, Hannah, don't you want me to go back to the venue? To be honest, I don't think that's the attitude of asking someone for a favor. I'm sorry. Please come back. Please. I see. Fine. What? You'll come back now? Of course not. Huh? I agree with my in-laws and my husband. Plus, if I stop an employee from marrying such a nasty woman, there's no way I'm going back there. Oh no! Then, what am I supposed to do now? If he kicked me out of the house and my family cut me off, where am I going to live? I don't know. You are an old hag. You should be able to handle it on your own. Oops, your nasty attitude infected me. Stop making fun of me! I apologize to a high school dropout despite the embarrassment. I will never forgive you. I'm going to destroy you for ruining my life. Oh my god, you're so scary. You don't seem to be sorry at all. But you should stop looking at people based on their educational background. Well then, I know it's going to be a tough time for you, but good luck. I heard this from the man who was engaged to Hannah, but it looks like the marriage plans have been called off after all. A week later, she showed up at the company and was causing a scene at the entrance. She was restrained and escorted out by security guards. After that, I never heard from her again, and we went back to our normal peaceful lives. Since then, I focused on my work, successfully completed my tenure as a president, and have been leading fulfilling days in both my personal and professional life.
Good evening, Bella. It's been a while.
Long time no talk, Auntie.
I think it's about time for the last month of pregnancy, isn't it? Is everything alright?
Yes, everything is going well.
I heard you're having twin boys. Am I correct?
Yes, that's what the doctor said.
I see. Well then, we've got to hurry things up. We're going to be so busy getting ready.
What's the hurry? I don't think I asked you to do anything.
Like getting the crib ready and the baby clothes. We also need a stroller.
Oh, those things will be given as baby gifts from my in-laws and my parents. Other than that, everything else is almost in order, so we're good to go.
Oh, really? So I don't have to buy anything?
Yeah, I really appreciate you saying that though. Thank you very much.
Well, I'm sure we can separate the baby clothes. So, I'll go get them next time.
Huh?
Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, you don't have to pick a name for one of them. We will come up with one. They're going to be separated anyway, so you don't have to think of a twin kind of name. You can name them whatever you want.
What are you talking about? Separated?
Oh, Terry didn't tell you? I heard that you are pregnant with twins, so I asked him to give me one of them.
What? My father never said anything like that.
What? Did he forget to tell you?
What do you mean?
Actually, we found out that Mark was infertile.
Oh, Mark?
Mark is our only child. I had already accepted the fact that I could never hope to have a grandchild on my own. But you see, we run a company, right? We can leave no heirs. So, at the very least, I want a boy who is related to me.
Do you want to adopt one of my twins as your son's baby? Are you telling me that you made such an agreement with my father without telling me?
That's my Bella. You are so smart that can understand things so fast. Well, I guess it's more like he just forgot to tell you. Well, that's why I'm taking one of the twins. Since he's going to be our heir, we want him to be healthy and strong. I will take the bigger one after he's born.
Do Mark and his wife Shelly know that?
Of course. They didn't seem supportive about this right now. Well, I'm sure they will change their minds once they see the cute baby. So, now you know what's going to happen. As soon as the baby is born, we will adopt it. So, please talk with your husband about which baby you will give to us.
I'm not going to give it to you.
What?
You've got to be kidding me. The children in my belly are mine and my husband's. We will raise them both. I won't give them to anyone.
Hey, Bella, do you think you can be so selfish?
Which one of us is selfish? There's no issue with the childcare environment, and we don't have any problems as parents. We have made careful preparations with the help of my husband and parents to make sure that our first childcare experience would be fine, even with twins. There is no right to have our child suddenly taken away from us. I definitely won't give it to someone as insane as you.
I'm insane? You can't talk like that. We have an air problem here. One of the twins will be the future president of the company. Wouldn't you be happy too? Besides, we're in trouble. So, it's only natural that we should help each other as relatives. It's important to help each other in hard times.
You can say that in every situation. I'm going to tell my father, husband, and Mark about this.
Oh, I see. If it makes you feel better, you can do whatever you want. Well, we've already come to a conclusion. Vala? Hey, what's going on?
What?
Mark and Shelly have left. What did you tell them?
I just showed them our conversation. Those two couldn't handle it and left, huh? Well, no wonder.
It's a lie. There's no way they will live like this. You just finished giving birth, and we're just about to start raising our kids.
Auntie? The reason my father didn't tell me about adoption was it's just simply selfish. And I couldn't bear to hear it, especially while I was pregnant. He says if he had known that we had exchanged contact, he would have asked me to block you a long time ago.
That has nothing to do with Mark and Shelly leaving.
No, it does. You were really excited about adopting my child, and Mark and Shelly thought it was a terrible joke.
Well, I'm serious. I'm just looking out for my son and his wife who can have children. Why can't people understand that I'm doing such a good thing? Why do they think I'm joking?
Because it's too insane. They didn't think you were serious about talking directly to me, and they apologized so much.
Apologize? Mark? Theo?
At the same time, he got scared of your insanity and decided to cut off ties with you.
Huh?
Also, I don't think you've noticed yet, but my uncle, your husband, must have left home too.
What? You're joking, right?
The reason is the same as Mark's. He is going for a divorce.
Divorce?
I'm all for it. You are the only one who's excited about adoption. If you divorce my uncle, this issue disappear completely. If the insane person is gone from the family, everyone will be happy. I've decided to cut ties with you two. So, goodbye.
Let's talk again. I'm going to your house now. Please hand over the baby to me.
No, I've already moved out. Well then. After she told me about the adoption, I seemed to be passed out. When I woke up, I was in a hospital bed. Fortunately, my children were safe. But since I didn't know what Auntie's future plans were, I was transferred to a hospital near my parents' house, where I managed to have the baby safely. On the other hand, Auntie got divorced and was cut off ties by all the family members. In addition, Auntie's parents, who were my grandparents, had already passed away, and she was left alone in the world. She is now living on her own in the neighboring town and working part-time. According to someone who spotted my aunt later on, she has completely lost the glamour she had as the former president's wife and now looks like a scary elderly woman with white hair.
Tucker, I need to take a trip this weekend. What's going on all of a sudden? Did something happen? It looks like one of my high school friends was just admitted to the hospital. I thought I'd visit her. I'm going to stay over for a small reunion. I see. I'll be staying at a hotel there. You're not staying at your brother's? You know, David is renovating their house now after he inherited it from my parents. They're using my old bedroom as temporary storage. There's no place for me to sleep. That's true. Well, I'm going to visit him as well, but I need to find a hotel to stay. Okay. Hey, I reserved a resort hotel this weekend. I was worried there's no room available because of the short notice, but it's a good thing I called around a bunch of places. The resort hotel you mentioned had a last-minute cancellation. Being a housewife is a great thing for this kind of situation because I have so much free time. We're so lucky. A resort hotel? Huh? I thought you were staying at a regular hotel. Tucker? What is it? A hotel with a lovely spa. Really? There is such a place in your hometown? Was it me who told you that? I've never heard of it. Oh, that. Was it someone else? It was a long time ago. Maybe I heard it from someone else. Maybe David told me, and I thought it was you. Well, maybe. It was a long time ago, so my memory may be a little fuzzy. I'm sorry. I don't remember. That's okay. Oh no, I need to go shopping. It's been a while since I've been away from home, so I'm missing so many things. Oh, I'm still visiting my friend and David. Don't worry about that now. All right. Hi, Tucker. I just arrived at the station. Thanks for letting me know. I'm glad you arrived safely. I'm going to stop by David's place for a bit and then going to visit my friends in the hospital. Then I'm going to have a drink with some friends and head to my hotel. Some of them are staying there as well, so we may chat in the lobby. And like I mentioned, I have a small reunion tomorrow. I may not be able to respond to your call right away. I don't want you to be worried about me. Thank you. If you need me, leave a message or a voicemail. Okay. Tim, I'm all done with my errands. I'm already checked in at the resort hotel. Wondering when you will arrive? I wonder if you're still on the train since you said you'll be here after work. Oh, by the way, Tucker hasn't noticed about us as always. I don't think he ever doubted about his cousin and his wife. I told him that I was just visiting my friend and my brother. Of course, I used Tucker's Amex to make a reservation. The concept of this trip is exactly what it sounds like. Let's have a vacation on my husband's dime. We'll get to make out a lot this weekend. Hi, Susie. Hi, Tim. Just to be sure, can I have the name of the hotel and a room number? It's room 505 at Yotsube Spa and Resort. Come quickly. Okay, I'll be there. Hey, Tim, where are you now? What? Hey, Tucker, it's been 3 years, right? I'm asking where you are. I'm on the train. Are you on your way to the resort hotel where Susie is waiting for you? No. I guess you know that after all. What? You're going to stay at the hotel with my wife Susie, aren't you? No, what are you talking about? I'm not messing with your wife. Unfortunately, I know everything. Susie has been sending messages to me, thinking it was you. That's how I found about the affair. Seriously? She made a slip of the tongue. What a screw-up, that woman! I knew you were sloppy with money and women, but to make a move on a married woman, on top of that, your cousin's wife? That's what I call having no discipline. Well, I guess you know everything. I don't blame you. That's right. I'm going to a resort hotel with your wife this weekend. We're going to make out in a room all day long. Oh, yeah. What the hell? You should be more flustered. So, if you're texting me now, you're trying to stop me, right? Well, that's for sure. You don't even know which hotel we are staying. Yotsube Spa and Resort. Huh? I asked Susie when she was sending me those messages. What? There's only one Yotsube Spa and Resort. In other words, I know exactly where you're going. Seriously? If you turn back now, I'll reduce the amount of the alimony. I'll give you a tiny reduction. Alimony? If you ignore my advice and meet up with Susie, the amount will likely be increased. Damn you! Now, what are you going to do? All right, I'll go home. And block Susie's contact information. If I ever find out you two are talking even once in the future, the alimony will go up again. I got it, damn it. Hey, Tim, are you here yet? I can't wait to make out with you. Aw, I really wish I had met you first. The main reason I got married to Tucker was because he makes a lot of money. So for now, I'm staying with him. As long as Tucker has money, I'll spend it as much as I can. They say love and marriage are separate, and it's true. I'm not leaving my ATM husband, but I love you the most. Huh? I'm done with you. Huh? Susie, you still haven't noticed? Tim? What? You should notice already. My icon and Tim's icon are identical. They're both a picture of dogs from the same breeder. How many textidents are enough for you? What? Textidents, you know? Textident? Would it be easier to say misdirected text? Did I misdirect my texts? It's me, Tucker. No way! Hey, Susie, if you're trying to contact that bastard Tim, you're wasting your time. I've agreed to a reduced alimony payment with him. He says he won't contact you anymore. I was just kidding. I mean, there are other people I'm staying with, and we're in separate rooms. It's too late. Please forgive me. Maybe you should come here now. What? As an apology, I'll do anything for you all night long. Don't say gross things. What? Why? Wouldn't a trip to a resort hotel be great? You want me to spend the night with my unfaithful wife at the resort where you were going to have an affair? Well, David is on his way to get you. Huh? You mean my brother David? Isn't it obvious? You went to a hospital to visit your friend. You visited David also. Yotsube Spa and Resort is not too far from David's place. It's just a couple of train stops. What? Wait! He's agreed to take care of you for the time being, just to keep an eye on you. But you see, they're renovating their house. That's no problem. David decided to move some stuff to a self-storage. They have a room ready for you now. Really? There's nothing to worry about, so let's just get this over with. Get this over with? A claim for alimony. What? Divorce. No way! You were unfaithful. You deserved it. Hey, please, it's just once. I believe you. With your big heart, will you forgive me for once, okay? You're sorry that you can't spend my hard-earned money, aren't you? That's not true. The only one I truly love is you. I can't believe you think I'm with you just for the money. That's exactly what you told me in your texts. That was that... Oops, it looks like David is almost here. What? Your room number is 505, right? Is this why you asked for the room number? You did this knowing I was texting the wrong person? Yes, that's right. It's terrible that you tricked me. That's so unfair. I think it's more unfair that you cheated on me. Oh no, if you forgive me, I'll never cheat on you again. Hey, I told you before, I'm all done with you. What? My lawyer will be there later. Oh no, are you kidding me? I'll be working with that lawyer from now on. How is this possible? I don't want a divorce. After this, David arrived at the hotel and got Susie. Thanks to David and a good lawyer, my divorce was quickly finalized, and the alimony was paid in one lump sum. All of his relatives disowned Tim because of this incident. I don't know where he is now. According to David, Susie is still trying to get back together with me. I've decided to make the most of my status as a remote worker and move as far away from home as I can. Later, as David told me, Susie came to the vacant house I had already moved out of, carrying huge baggage. She cried loudly when she found out for the first time that I was already gone. I guess she had given up on the idea, and now she's living under David's supervision.
Mia, Sarah is...
What? What's wrong with my sister?
I want you to calm down and listen. Sarah died in a car accident a week ago.
What?
I know it's hard to believe, but it's true. I met your mom when I went to take out the trash. She said the funeral was yesterday, and I was so surprised.
Wait, I didn't hear that. I'm a Sarah's sister. There must be some mistake. A week ago? That's a lie. I wasn't even invited to the funeral, even though I've been abroad. There's no way my family wouldn't contact me.
I couldn't believe it either, so I asked around, but it seems it's true.
No way.
You haven't heard from her in, what, a week?
I heard from you that there's an upcoming exam for the interpreter's certificate.
That's because I told you that you should refrain from contacting Sarah, so that she can concentrate on the exam. Sorry for saying unnecessary things.
I'm coming back home right now.
Right now? You're in Guatemala for work, right? Can you go home that soon?
What choice do I have, other than not to go back under such circumstances?
Calm down.
How can I calm down? My own sister passed away.
Your parents are toxic, right? And they didn't tell you about Sarah, so they're definitely hiding something.
That's exactly why. I can't leave my sister's mourning to those people. If I don't go, Sarah might not even be able to leave this world peacefully. I can't allow that to happen.
Maybe we shouldn't do this right now.
Why not?
Sarah had life insurance, remember? They don't want you to get it. My parents just heard that.
What?
I think the reason your parents didn't contact you was because they didn't want to give you the insurance money.
What's that? Just because of that? They're excluding me because of that?
It's nonsense that they're talking about money in this situation. Your parents have always been very greedy about money, haven't they?
It's true that they took all the money we received from our relatives when we were little. When Sarah and I got sick, they didn't want to take us to the hospital because they didn't want to waste the money.
And when your grandfather died of a chronic disease last month, there was a big dispute over the inheritance. The whole family was fighting at the funeral.
Really? I won't give you the inheritance. Don't even come to the funeral. That's what my parents told me. I didn't know they were fighting. How did you know?
Your parents live next door. Rumors spread quickly.
Oh, I see.
I'm your childhood friend, so I'm telling you, your parents are in serious trouble. If you go home now, you'll just get in trouble and make things worse. I think you need to hold it and wait for the right timing.
Even if that's the case, she's my little sister.
I'd at least like to give a flower to her. Let me take care of this, so that you can visit Sarah's grave in peace for sure. John, we're like family now. Don't try to handle things on your own. Okay. I'll leave my sister to you. I'm sorry for bothering you. Don't worry. I'll let you know if there's any more updates. Thanks. My name is Mia. I'm 29 years old and currently working as an international school teacher in Guatemala. It's been a few years since I moved to a foreign country. I can't believe I wasn't there when she passed. There were many problems with my parents, but John helped me. A few months later, I was able to visit my sister's grave, and I was truly grateful for that. Since then, I always visited my sister's grave on the anniversary of her death. At first, I could not get my feelings straight, but I was saved by the fact that John was by my side every time I returned home. 5 years have passed. Since then, when I had finally regained my peace, I received this surprising message.
Mia, this is too much. You didn't come to your own sister's wedding. Don't you know they always believed in you?
What?
You said you'd come. You're my only sister.
Wait, who are you?
What are you saying? I'm your sister Sarah.
Sarah? What do you mean?
Why didn't you come to my big day?
Sarah passed away 5 years ago.
Huh? What are you talking about? I'm alive.
Are you sure it's Sarah? You're not lying, are you?
Born December 23rd, 1994. If you still don't believe me after all this, should I send you a picture of my face now too? Or should I tell you the story when you're sobbing after you embarrassed yourself on your 6th grade field trip?
Sarah has been teasing me about it since middle school and even in high school. Hey, is it really Sarah? Because I heard that Sarah died in an accident. I visited her grave every year on the anniversary of her death since then.
What? I haven't had an accident or even been sick for the past few years. What do you mean visit the grave? I'm scared.
What the hell is going on?
Can you explain it to me step by step?
5 years ago, I got a call from John. He told me about your death in a car accident.
John?
Yes?
Did you attend my funeral?
I wanted to come home right away, but John stopped me.
What? Why?
I heard the mom and dad were not wanting me to get your insurance money. John said that if I went home, I'd get into trouble.
So you didn't come home to avoid trouble?
Yeah. I wanted to avoid causing more pain to our family.
I see. So you didn't contact them?
I just sent them texts to ask about you, but they ignored it.
You didn't tell them about my accident?
No. You know, they wouldn't listen to me. I thought if I sent them wrong message, they might misunderstand it in a weird way and get mad. I wasn't really expecting a response, so...
Okay.
At the time, I thought they didn't want me to get your insurance money, so they ignored me. I'm getting confused, because there are so many things that don't make sense.
Me too. I don't know what's going on, and I feel like my head is going to explode. You said earlier that you went to the grave, didn't you? Is that true?
John helped me find your grave, and I visited secretly.
John again. He sounds suspicious.
He does.
Was my name really on the tombstone?
Yes, it was.
Really?
That's crazy. I had always assumed that you were dead, so I've never doubted it. But if you're still alive, then is the grave someone else's?
My name is not that unusual, so it could be someone else's grave with the same name.
No way.
Do you think our parents would build a grave for their child in the first place? It's not worth the money, so stick them in a community cemetery. Don't you think they'd say that?
That's true. I wasn't thinking about it because I was panicking.
I mean, when you cleaned the grave, didn't you check the surrounding area? No. John told me that if I cleaned the graves and put flowers, Dad and Mom might find out that I was visiting there. I don't know what John wants, but I'm sure he's very much involved in this case. For what? It doesn't make sense that he would do something like this. The part I can't understand either. Why didn't you even contact me in the first place? The short answer is, John stopped me 5 years ago.
Is that John too?
He told me that you talked to me about how you felt like my presence was a burden, and it was hard for you.
I've never thought that. Never even mentioned it.
I had heard that your values have changed since you moved to Guatemala, but I guess that was a lie too.
The short answer is, John stopped you 5 years ago.
If I contacted you, you'd hate me even more. That's what I thought. He told me not to call you or text you or anything, so I didn't contact you until now.
So that's what happened. John lied to both of us so that we wouldn't contact each other.
So I wanted you to come to the wedding, so I asked him to send the invitations.
I never received one.
Maybe he didn't even send it.
Did you hear from the John that I was gonna attend the wedding?
Yes, I did. But today, John suddenly told me. You told him that we couldn't meet after all. I was so shocked. I couldn't call back and send you a message.
So that's what happened. I'm so glad you got in touch with me. Otherwise, our path would have never crossed.
I don't know why I didn't contact you sooner. I'm so sorry.
It's not your fault. Anyway, now we have to find out why John did this.
Yeah.
John's at the wedding, right? Don't ever tell him what we just talked about. I don't know what his intentions are, but he's orchestrating something this big. If he finds out that we found out, I don't know what he'll do.
I understand.
Even if he doesn't, if you provoke him in any way, it'll be harder for us to find out. I need you to act normal as possible.
I'll do my best.
Sarah, all you have to think about is today's wedding. Your happiness is my happiness.
Thank you, Mia.
John, I reported you to the police.
What?
I've already checked everything. I thought I hadn't heard from you in a few months.
What the hell are you talking about? What do you mean reported me to the police?
You lied to me about Sarah being dead, didn't you?
What are you talking about? It's been 5 years, and you still haven't accepted it?
I talked to Sarah herself.
No way. Sarah's not in this world. Don't lie.
I got a message from Sarah.
Huh?
She said I didn't show up to the wedding.
What are you talking about? Don't make jokes that aren't funny. Are you saying you got a call from a ghost?
Sarah's alive. You once told me that I shouldn't contact her now because she has an exam, right?
What about it?
She said she hasn't taken any exam. What's going on?
What are you talking about? Sarah is gone, and you're talking nonsense.
Sarah said she never took the exam. You even lied to Sarah that I don't like her anymore. What do you want from me?
Well, I guess there's nothing more I can say to you.
I had Sarah help me look into the matter of the grave. It was of a different person with the same name. I've been visiting someone else's grave for 5 years, who I have absolutely no connection to. Why did you do this? What did you want?
Okay, I'll be honest with you. I wanted to marry you.
What?
I've always loved you. That's why I wanted you to be mine. I worked hard to get rid of the people who got in the way of us being together.
I don't get it.
You love your sister, even though you two lived apart. You are always thinking about Sarah, right? I wanted you to stop that.
Sarah's my only close family, you know. It's only natural for me to take good care of her. Do you know how sad I was when I heard that she died?
It would have been easier for you if you had just kept on thinking she was dead. Now it's my turn to be an important family member for you. Leave your sister.
What are you talking about?
I did my best for you, Mia. I protected you from your shitty parents and punished them.
Isn't that great?
I'm grateful to you, but I can't forgive you for what you did.
Why? From now on, I'll support you and make you happy. Let's get married, Mia.
I can't marry a criminal.
Criminal? What are you talking about? When did I commit a crime? Don't tell me you're calling me a stalker. This is pure love. And you said earlier that you were going to report me, but this is not how the police work.
That's not what I meant. You also committed a fraud, didn't you?
Huh?
I needed to find out what you're up to, so I hired an agency to do a background check on you.
What?
You lied me about my sister being in an accident. I needed to know if you lied about anything else.
So you think I've been running a scam?
You've been in and out of scam groups. I was able to get photos and videos of you working for them.
That's how you reported them?
That's right. There was a breaking story on the news earlier about a scam group that's been busted. I've been visiting someone's grave who I have absolutely no connection for 5 years.
I could have put your parents through hell for my scam, but that's not gonna happen, is it?
What are you talking about?
I told you, I'm doing everything for you. I just told you I punished your parents.
What? What the heck did you do to my parents?
Did you know that your parents inherited a substantial amount of your grandfather?
I never heard anything about any inheritance.
Your father was the eldest son, so he got $500,000 in all.
That much?
You tried to contact your parents, but they ignored you, didn't they?
I tried to contact them to check on Sarah, but they ignored me. If those people got that much money, they'd be thinking of spending it all on themselves. They didn't want to give their own daughter a penny, so they ignored me.
I'm sure they tried to cut off all contact and involvement with you, so they wouldn't lose any money. But don't worry, at the point, I was offering them a real asset investment that would increase their money 10 times. Well, there's no such a thing as a good deal in this world.
Don't tell me you deceived them.
That's what I mean. They lost $500, and they're still living in the illusion that their assets will increase. I'm sure he'll be in shock soon.
My parents are horrible people, but you're a horrible person too.
Why? You hated your parents too, right? That's why I punished them.
I'm cutting ties with you, and don't ever contact me again. I block your number.
No, I'll marry you no matter what.
I told you I don't want it.
You're always trying your best. You're protecting your sister. You're kind. You're beautiful. I know and I love all of that. You're the one for me, Mia. I'm rich, and I can make you happy forever.
Stop it. You're making me sick.
So, you don't care what happens to Sarah?
What?
I know where Sarah lives.
Don't tell me you're holding Sarah hostage.
Well, kind of. You don't care what happens to your only little sister?
That's too bad for you.
Huh?
Sarah's with me now. What are you talking about?
You're in Guatemala, right? Besides, I've already found out where Sarah's new house is. I'm pretty sure she plans to live in the city center because of her husband's job.
Sarah's husband is a freelance illustrator.
Don't tell me he moved because he can work overseas.
I didn't know what you're going to do to me and Sarah because of this case. I talked it over with her husband, and they moved here. It's not like you know where they live in Guatemala, right? Well, even if you knew, you wouldn't be able to do anything about it.
What's that? I did my best for you, but it ends like this.
I didn't want you to do this. I'm really sorry.
Hey, Mia, is this really the end of a relationship? Even though I love you?
I'm sorry. I can't do it anymore. I can't trust you.
I hear sirens.
Maybe there's a warrant out for your arrest for fraud.
Mia, I'm so sorry. I went too far. I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
It's too late now. Goodbye.
Mia!
After that, John was arrested. I heard from a friend in the US. Apparently, he had been doing all kinds of illegal jobs besides fraud. He was sentenced to prison and is now in jail. According to the police investigation, he stated that he was trying to save money for his marriage with me. I was really horrified when I heard the story. I don't think he'll be out of jail for a while. According to my friend, even if he gets out of prison, he's been watched closely by the enemies he made from his life from crime. He probably won't be able to have a normal life anymore. I thought he was a dear childhood friend. I am very sad that it ended like this. I just can't keep looking back at the past. My sister has moved here with her husband. I hope we can all live together peacefully from now on.
Are you home yet? Yeah, I just got home from the OBGYN. How was your checkup today? They said everything was fine. How's your business trip going? Everything here is fine too. I'm really sorry about the timing of my business trip. It really sucks that my boss knows my wife is in the last month of pregnancy and doesn't care. Well, it's not a long business trip. My aunt and her husband live 10 minutes away by car, so don't worry. If something happens, I have them. Don't worry and have a great time at work. Oh, I'll be fine. It's really nice to have relatives nearby you can rely on, isn't it? Uh-oh, I'll miss the plane if I don't get ready. I'll see you later. Okay, have a safe trip home. Autumn! Oh, is that you, Carter? Hey, babe, are you already on the plane? What's wrong? Don't worry about me. Where are you now? I'm at the nearby supermarket, but I'm a little tired, so I'm resting at the food court. What are you so frantic about? What's wrong? Get out of there right now. What? Don't go near the house. Get away from there as fast as you can. My stomach's a little upset right now. Yeah, but get out of there now. Don't go back to the house. It's an emergency. Hurry. What? What's going on? Oh yeah, ask your aunts to pick you up and hide you. We are in real trouble if we waste time. What? You've got to get out of there. Carter, you're not explaining it well enough. I don't understand. What do you mean, don't go home? Even if I go to my aunt's house, I need a change of clothes and some other things. You can't go back for them. Mom knows we are not divorced. Your mother, she knows where we live and she's on her way to our house. I'll tell you all about it later. Okay, got it. Autumn, you haven't divorced Carter yet. How could you trick me and go on doing as you please? I won't forgive you. As I told you before, I don't want a daughter-in-law who can't bear children. I told you when you first married him, and you didn't conceive within a year, did you? That means you had to divorce as soon as possible. And yet you still clung to Carter and didn't divorce him. You're so brazen, not even considering his feelings. You're not handling what needs to be done. That's why I came with the divorce papers. You will divorce Carter by the end of the day. You can't trick me by pretending you are not home. Get out here immediately. You know what will happen if you ignore your mother-in-law any longer. Carter, I'm at my aunt's house. Well, good. That's great. I'm sorry about earlier. I was in too much of a hurry and didn't explain. Everything's okay? I feel like I dodged a bullet for the time being, but it might have actually been a close call. What happened? I was in my aunt's car and I saw your mother walking towards our house. Seriously? She didn't seem to notice me though. I was so freaked out when I saw her. Oh man, I'm just glad you got out of there in time. The only thing that bothered me a little was that she was pulling a large carry-on case. A carry-on? Was she going to stay at our place? I think so. I heard my dad slapped her with a divorce. Really? Speaking of which, how did you know your mother was on her way there? I got a call from my sister who lives near my parents' house. Apparently, some relatives who are on Mom's side heard from somewhere that we are not divorced. They know where we live now, and they told Mom. So that's why she came to our house. I knew this might happen someday, but I didn't think she really attacks us out of the blue. I knew I had to stop you and Mom from running into each other. That's why I contacted you so quickly. I see. Thank you. No, I'm sorry for making you go through all the stress when you are pregnant. I'll go straight to your aunt's house after I land. Okay, I'll be waiting for you. By the way, your mother is on the message app. What? I guess she thought I was pretending to be out, but she was sending angry messages to me just now. The notifications kept ringing. Seriously? Normally, I think the idea is that no one answering means no one is home. That's weird, she thought you were home. I didn't block her so I could see what she was up to, but I guess it was the right move. You don't have to deal with her, okay? I just read them and didn't reply. I'll send a screenshot of the messages to you, so can you please respond? Okay, I'll take care of it. Mother, what are you doing? Oh, Carter, I just went to your house to complain to Autumn. Complain? But she pretended to be out. She's totally irresponsible. I was at your front door the whole time and the neighbors were staring at me. I had no choice but to stay at a motel tonight. Me and Autumn aren't home right now. What? She wasn't pretending. We are really not home. We both have things to do, so we won't be there tonight. Oh, I didn't realize that. By the way, you are in a pickle, aren't you? What is it? You must be worried because you can't get Autumn to divorce you. If you had talked to me earlier, we could have fixed it right away. But don't worry. Your mother will get your divorce from Autumn. I even brought the divorce papers for you. I didn't tell you that I didn't divorce her because I wanted to protect her from you, Mother. Huh? Mom, did you forget what you did to my brother Mike's wife? What are you talking about? You kept asking her every day if she had kids yet, if she was pregnant yet, and if she didn't give you grandchildren soon, you'd make her divorce. And after only a year of marriage, you treated her like she was infertile. You called her a useless person who couldn't give birth to grandchildren and bullied her. You were always badgering my sister-in-law to no end. Mike gave up on you and moved into her parents' house, declaring he would sever all ties with you. And then they moved abroad. Of course, you remember that, don't you? What's wrong with that? It's his wife's fault for not being able to have grandchildren. If your brother doesn't get a child soon someday, he'll come back and realize the reality of the situation. If you can't have children, what's the point of having a wife? Mike already has children. What? He said he leave it to me when to tell you, so I'll tell you now. His wife Peggy got pregnant less than 6 months after getting away from you. What? Maybe it was your fault for stressing her out. Stress? Wait, are you trying to say that I'm the reason she couldn't have a baby? I'm not sure, but I think that's a strong possibility. It's been medically proven that stress can be the cause of your inability to conceive. Sometimes the pressure of producing grandchildren can cause the stress. Huh? They've been free from that stress for 5 years. She and Mike are raising 3 kids now. I haven't heard anything about that. That's what cutting ties means. Huh? You don't need to let someone you've cut ties with know what you've been up to. Especially when you cut them off to get away from the stress of them. He doesn't want you to know where they are and then have you storm into their lives and ruin the happiness they've built up over the years. I know exactly how he feels. I'm a mother. I deserve to hold my grandchildren. No. You disqualified yourself when you abused the woman Mike chose. That's outrageous. What's wrong with wanting grandchildren? All my friends around me have grandchildren. I'm the only one that... So what? Huh? Well, I'll tell you one more thing too. The only reason I even moved out without telling you I'm not divorced, I did it to protect Autumn from you. Carter? What are you talking about? What do you mean, protect her from me? Don't you make it sound like I'm the villain. Autumn is pregnant. What? Just as I was about to inform you, you went to the trouble of barging over to my house. If you can't have a grandchild, get a divorce, and made her sit on the hard cold floor and lectured her, or should I say abused her. At that time, Autumn appealed that she was pregnant, but you rejected it as a lie to get out of being wrong and continued to abuse her without mercy. You cursed and hurt Autumn with foul language that would even scare a villain. What would have happened if I had not left work early? What? Was she really pregnant? That's right. I told you that at the time too. And yet, you kept accusing me of being deceived by Autumn and blaming everything on her. You blamed Autumn for everything and insisted a wife who is infertile should get a divorce. Because, no matter how you look at it, she wasn't pregnant. Her belly wasn't even big. How could her belly have grown so large that even the casual observer could tell she was 3 months pregnant? Oh, 3 months? God, I told you that too. After that, you still didn't believe she was pregnant and persistently repeated your abuse to Autumn. If things continue like this, she'll be overwhelmed and it'll be bad for the baby. As a result of our discussion, we decided to move on different days so that you wouldn't know where we were. I guess it looked like a divorce to you. By the way, I never told you we were divorced. What? You must have misunderstood and got excited all on your own. You went around telling everyone in the family about how I divorced my infertile wife and kicked her out. Huh? So you are saying I was spreading lies to all the relatives? That's right. Well, I told my brother and sister what happened from the beginning. Except for a few relatives who are on your side, they seem to have some idea of what was going on. Oh, I see. If she was 3 months pregnant then, she's about to have a baby. In that case, I'll move in with you and help you raise the baby. Huh? It's my grandchild, and being experienced in child rearing, I have a lot of advice to give to Autumn. As my daughter-in-law, I'll have to make sure she's well trained. Wouldn't you guys be happy to have me nearby? Someone with child-rearing experience? Well then, I'll visit your house again tomorrow. Tell Autumn to make sure she was everything cleaned up and ready to welcome me. You're right. She's going to have a baby soon. And knowing it's going to be born soon, what kind of an intellect would order her, a pregnant woman, to clean the house? Huh? She's the wife, so it's only natural that she should be ready to receive her husband's mother. Listen, you shouldn't spoil her just because she's pregnant. Even if she's in the last month of pregnancy, she needs to do her work. A wife who can't even do that is not worth keeping. That's why my brother ran away. Why can't you understand such a simple thing? Carter? I hate to think that such a person is my mother. I've had enough. I'm washing my hands of you. Huh? I won't reply again. Goodbye. Come on, Carter. What did I do wrong? Carter? Carter? Hey, I just came to your house. What's this about you moving out? And I just realized that this is a weekly apartment. Don't tell me you were planning to move all along. I didn't know anything about that. Hey, Carter! Hey, please, let me live with you. Actually, your father divorced me. My sister just cut off our relationship too, so you are the only one I can rely on. You must feel sorry for your mother. Please help me. Carter! Hey, please answer me. The night I declared to sever all ties with my mother, I moved our belongings out of the house and we got out of there. Actually, the transfer request I submitted to the company was accepted. My current residence is a weekly apartment that I rented in the time being. The next day, my mother showed up at my former home again. But when she heard from a neighbor that we had moved out, she left, squealing and hissing loudly. After that, she moved into a relative's house. She kept complaining every day, saying, "It's not my fault, it's the wife's fault." She was a parasite that didn't work and stressed everyone out. After 2 months, she was kicked out of the house and finally was abandoned by all her relatives and isolated from the rest of the family. She is now living alone and is lonely, working at a living job she finally found. Hey, pick up the phone. I know you can see this. Don't ignore me. What? You're pestering me. I can't pick up right now, so please text me. Be as brief as possible. I just looked in the mailbox and found a money transfer form for you and Tam's Social Security payment. Oh, that! From now on, I've decided to have you pay it. That's why I need you to make this month's payment by the end of the day. Huh? No, Tam works, right? Most companies have a system to deduct it from your salary. Actually, my husband quit his job. Oh, really? He had some kind of trouble with his boss. But it's not Tam's fault, obviously. His boss was a jerk and pushed him out. The reason is fine. I'm sure there are things you don't want to tell others about. Tam is 25 years old, right? Getting a new job shouldn't be that difficult. Rob and Ellie are still small, and tuition and other expenses are going to be hard from now on. But are you going to be okay? Yeah, so I'm going to ask you to take care of that for me. What do you mean? I know it'll be hard to pay all the expenses, so this year you will start with the Social Security payment for me and Tam. from next year, I'd like you to pay for Rob and Ellie's school costs until they graduate from college. You're single and you work for a better company than Tam, right? So you can do it, right? What are you talking about? I'll take care of the living expenses. Don't worry. No, wait a minute. What? Why do I have to pay for my niece and nephew's education? I can understand being a guarantor or something, but parents usually pay for things like that. I think it's also normal for them to pay for their own social security. It doesn't matter what company I work for or how much money I make. It's just common sense. You're not very perceptive, are you? You're already 35 years old, sis. If you're single and have no boyfriend at that age, you don't intend to have children anymore, right? Well, for now, I'm enjoying my job and plan to work hard until I retire. So, what does that mean? That means you'll be relying on Rob and Ellie to take care of you in your old age, right? Huh? If you don't take care of those kids now, they'll abandon you when you really need them. I'm thinking of you, sis, and I'm giving you the opportunity to make them indebted to you, right? I think it's in your best interest that you make them gratefully, don't you? I'm dumbfounded. What? Since I've decided to be single for the rest of my life, I'm starting to think about preparing for that. Preparations? Preparations so that I don't have to worry about life in my old age. Oh, I see. I'm glad we agree. Huh? Then you have to spend even more money on Rob and Ellie. For your retirement too. No. I think you've got it all wrong. My retirement plan doesn't include taking care of my nephews and nieces. What? Why? Don't tell me you've made up your mind to be a lonely, solitary old woman. I mean, you'll die a lonely death. That's a bit too prepared. That's not true. I mean, I'm going to start saving for my old age now, and eventually I'm going to enter a proper nursing home. Huh? I'm responsible for my own retirement, so don't rely on me for yours. Oh, no! You too should fulfill your responsibility as a parent. And I'll send your Social Security transfer form back to you. Make sure you pay it by the end of the month. You're terrible, sis! You'll be eligible for the pension if you keep paying for at least 10 years. You have to pay for 10 years? It used to be longer. It's better now. Besides, you've already paid for some years. Don't you have about 5 years left? Even 5 years is too long. It's a rip-off. All the people are on the same terms, so don't be absurd. I can't help you if you're just going to complain. Oh, but sis, you've been working for your current company for over 10 years now, right? That means you've already paid your pension for more than 10 years, right? Yes, well, that's true. So? That's not fair! Huh? Then, why don't you just pay our share from now on? Stop paying for your portion and pay for this one! You know, I pay out of the wages I earn from my own work. It's not money I got from someone else. It's my money. And since it's deducted from my paycheck, I can't stop it. So, just pay it out of your savings or something. It's your sweet sister and her family, okay? You can help me out a little bit. If you had come to me with things in order, I would have had more room to think. But you suddenly sent me a payment transfer form. You underestimate the world. You should at least take care of your own pension yourself. When I reported this incident to my parents, they had a family meeting that weekend with my sister and her husband. Then it turned out that my sister had just done all that on her own, and her husband, Tam, had started job hunting with an eye to the future. 4 months later, he got a new job with a higher salary than his previous one. However, he did not know about my sister's attempt to extort money from me for her pension and school fees, and he apologized to me a lot. My sister was scolded severely by Tam, but she showed no signs of remorse because she had been complaining and whining about me for a long time. They finally had a big quarrel. They're on the verge of divorce. I think it'd be better for Tam. My sister said, "I'm not going to depend on you no matter what." And I am at peace so far.
Hey, it's such a happy day. What do you mean you can't come? Ashley, as I explained to you earlier, my mother passed away. I heard about that. I'm asking why you can't come over here. I'm sorry, it's so sudden. I was surprised too. Today is the first birthday celebration of a relative's child. I'm very happy for you, but I'm afraid Cash and I can't come this time. Why can't even Cash come? His wife's mother passed away. As a husband, isn't it only natural for him to attend the funeral? Don't just decide according to your set of rules. We have our own rules. It's a happy occasion, so I won't allow him to miss it. I'm sorry. We'll celebrate at a later date. I told you before that it's a gathering of relatives. I won't allow you to cancel our plans just for a funeral that popped up later. You and Cash, come home right now. My father passed away 3 years ago, and I have to be the pallbearer. I don't care about your parents' funeral. It's important to me. I want to give her a proper send-off. Just blow it off and come over here. It won't make any difference whether you're there or not. What a thing to say. Didn't your mother do your father's funeral? Of course she did. He was the head of the family. We had to send him off in style. I feel the same way. She raised my sister and me with love. There are many people who will come to say goodbye to her. As a daughter, I want to say goodbye to her. It's only about 20 people. My husband's family had over 100. I don't want to compete. How long will it take you to get back? Take off your funeral clothes. It's bad luck. We're celebrating a happy occasion. I don't want any gloom. I'm saying I can't go back. You're putting Cash in an awkward position. He's the heir to the family. You want to live in this town from now on and be ostracized by all your relatives? That's not good, but... Then you should get out of that thing and come here. You have to show that you're a good wife. I think there are priorities. Maybe next time. If you're that stubborn, get a divorce. Huh? You don't have to come back. If you love your mother so much, you should get in a coffin with her. But Cash, send him over here. Just wait a minute. You've been away from home since the day before yesterday. You have no sense of responsibility even though you're my daughter-in-law. You gave us permission, didn't you? I forgot about the birthday party. If I'd remembered it, I wouldn't have let you go. I've got a lot of formalities to go through, so I thought I'd stay here for a week or so.
Oh my God! You are the most irresponsible person I've ever met. There are no wives like you anywhere. I can't believe you won't listen to your mother-in-law.
The funeral started, so if you'll excuse me, I'm sorry.
Hey, you! Wait! Get off your ass and do your duty as a wife.
My mother-in-law is really annoying. My name is Yvonne. I'm 32 years old. I live with my husband in his hometown, at his mother's house. My father-in-law has passed away, so the three of us live together. It's torture living with my mother-in-law. At first, she pretended to be nice. She was very calm and gentle. I thought, I can get along with her. Once I started living with her thinking that, she gradually began to reveal her true nature. I am working, and my mother-in-law is home every day. She does not do any housework, but complains about every little thing. She has complained to my husband on more than one occasion. My husband has asked me if I wanted to move out of the house, but my work schedule made it impossible for me to leave this place for the time being. I had to be patient. I couldn't concentrate on my mother's funeral. The staff at the funeral home called me to the lobby. My mother-in-law interfered with my mother's funeral in the most ridiculous way. Ashley, what are you doing to me?
What is it? What did I do?
Please don't play dumb. I was called by the funeral hall staff and came out to the lobby. You've been making prank calls to the funeral home and honking your horn in the parking lot.
This is going to ruin the funeral. You and Cash come over here and I'll stop harassing you.
You can't drive. And who is the one honking the horn?
It's none of your business.
Why do you want me to go to the celebration so badly?
I don't want people to think I'm a mother-in-law who can't control my son's wife.
Your relatives are family. Why do you have to look good?
If I tell you to come back, you come back. Then they'll be impressed with how well I've trained you.
I'm not a dog. Please stop thinking about discipline and control.
A wife is like a pet. If you get the training wrong the first time, you'll have a hard time after that.
Please don't interfere with the funeral. I want everyone to say goodbye to my mother. I can't say goodbye to her with all the noise.
Then come back.
There's still the casket and the burial to go to. If I, the eldest, leave, my sister will be nervous.
You want me to come to the graveyard? That's fine with me, but I don't think you'd like that, would you?
I don't think your relatives will be happy if I leave my parents' funeral behind and come over to celebrate a birthday.
Nobody knows anything about the funeral.
Oh, you haven't told them?
You want me to tell them? Or are you trying to get money, nasty woman?
I mean, there's a big difference between just not going and not going because of a funeral. If I told someone that my mother passed away, I'm sure anyone with common sense would understand.
Are all your relatives like you? Yes, they are a sensible family, unlike your insane one. Don't worry, I didn't say you wouldn't attend. If you come now, you can make it.
Ashley, has Cash called you? He's very angry.
He doesn't matter. He doesn't understand the importance of educating his wife.
He'll be back as soon as the cremation is over. Cash just called the relatives.
That's too late.
No, they said they'll delay the start time a little and everyone will stay behind.
Really? That's good. You didn't tell anyone about what I just did you? You know what would happen if you called the police or something.
I didn't.
Oh, good. Then get it over with. We don't have time for dead people.
You're right.
The birthday present is $1,000.
That much? I've been very indebted to that family for a long time. The birth of their long-awaited first son should be worth that much. I understand. I've prepared an envelope for you to put it in with my congratulations. Okay, I'll leave you to it. You're not done yet? I'm waiting at home. What are you waiting for? Hurry up and come home. Cash and I are already at the relative's house. What are you doing, Ashley? What? I was waiting at home for you to pick me up. It's a 20-minute walk. Why didn't you come by yourself? Did you give them the congratulatory gift? I hope you gave the right amount. Yes, I gave them $100. You just gave it to them without me? I said $1,000. $100 is too little. That's not right. Everyone gave $50 to $100. That's why we're special. I'll apologize and give them the remainder. So give me the other $900 immediately. It's obvious. You were going to take out $900, weren't you? Do you think I would be so stingy? I do. I'm on my way. I'll tell you a thing or two. Maybe you shouldn't come. Why not? I don't know what's gonna happen. What? They're all very angry. Why? They are wondering what kind of mother-in-law would ask her daughter-in-law's parents' funeral to be cancelled. Why did you tell them? We had to tell them why we were late, didn't we? I was worried that they were all crazy like you, but I'm glad they all understood. I went to the house in tears and everyone was worried about me. I was relieved to hear that you were the only one who was crazy. This is between you and me. You made a big deal out of it. No, you're the one who got us all into this mess. Even the birthday celebration was supposed to be a small family affair. But you intervened and told us to have a big party with lots of people, didn't you? It's more fun that way. It's a happy occasion. What's wrong with that? I heard that even in the countryside, there aren't people who give $1,000. I was about to be fooled. That's enough. I won't go to the celebration. Say hi to everyone for me. It's not just a celebration. You'd better realize that you won't be invited to all the weddings and funerals in the future. Even if you want to go, you'll be uninvited. Why not? Doing this to the daughter of the president who's been so kind to you, everyone says they don't even want to think of you as their relative. What do you mean? They wanted to go to the president's funeral themselves, but they also said it was sad that they were not allowed to attend so as not to burden the employees. Who's the boss? Do you know of a chain of commercial facilities that operates mainly in rural areas? Nyasco, right? There's one near my house. Of course I know of it. But so what? It's a medium-sized shopping mall. It's very much appreciated by people in rural areas that don't even have shopping malls. Many of my relatives and neighbors work there. I believe you work there part-time or something? It's been talked about in the media as a way to help solve the local employment problem. So what's the point? Tell me already. It was my mother who developed Nyasco. What? She was the president of Nyasco Corporation. Your mother was the president? Why didn't you tell me? When we greeted each other before our wedding, my mother told me that she would decide whether or not to tell you about her business. She didn't tell me. That's what I meant. My mother decided she shouldn't tell you. Why not? When you're the president of a big company, there's no end of people asking for money. Are you saying I'm like that? In fact, you are so dirty with money that you even tried to steal the birthday money. You took advantage of a child's celebration and tried to make $900. There's no limit to the extent of your greed. That's my mother. She saw right through it. You're out of line. You are disrespecting your mother-in-law. If I knew you were such a mother-in-law, why do you think I moved in with you? Because Cash, who loves his mother, suggested it, right? No, it was because I needed to stay here for a while for the opening of Nyasco's new store. What? I am not a part-timer. I was an area manager in charge of setting up and managing the store. What's an area manager? I don't understand. Is that big? It's not big. It's a job with a lot of responsibility. You're just a low-level worker, so don't get all smug about it. I'm not an area manager anymore. Don't tell me you were fired for being too incompetent. Well, that makes sense. Do you want me to do it for you? No thanks. You're the only one I won't be hiring under my authority. Who do you think you are? Will you stop being an insane, unemployed person? I am not unemployed. I'm taking over as president of the company in accordance with my mother's wishes. What? I'll be working at the head office, so I'm moving out and moving back to Tokyo. I will start a new life in Tokyo with Cash, so... Wait a minute! Please live quietly in this peaceful town without being bothered by anyone. You're not taking me with you? The house my mother left behind is certainly large, so it's not impossible to invite you. Then it's settled. I've always wanted to live in Tokyo. I've always longed to live in the city. I'm not going to invite the trash who interrupted my mother's funeral and didn't even let me take my time to say goodbye. What? Today, my sister and I promised to toast together while looking at my mother's portrait. Now she's waiting for me to come home alone because of Trashly. I think you're talking to the wrong person. I am your mother-in-law. What's wrong with calling you Trashly? Acting like trash and talking so big? Just because you're the president doesn't mean you can act so high and mighty. Oh my, some people change when they have money. Shut up, Trashly. Don't say that. Ashley is such a pretty name. It doesn't suit you, so I changed it. I left you with Ash. You should be happy. Or I'll call you Trash. I feel sorry for the Lee used for a trash name like yours. Smart ass girl. Cash loved our mother too. He adored her more than his own parents. That's why he's so angry about this. He says he doesn't mind if we cut off our relationship with you. Cash has nothing to do with this. He is my son. Of course he would take my side. You really are an idiot. Cash started a new family. That's his priority. Don't take away my son too. That's okay. You have your thug boyfriend. Huh? A scumbag with no money and no teeth whom you've been dating since your husband was still alive? The youngest of 8 brothers, Butch, 59 years old? You two are a perfect couple. Trash and scum. How do you know all about that? Cash caught some asshole honking his horn in the funeral home parking lot. He told him to tell everything or he'd call the cops, and Butch folded. Damn Butch. You've got a bad temper and bad taste in men. You're helpless. I can't stand it. I can't believe I'm being so ragged on by you. You should watch your step. That's my line. No matter how angry Trashly gets, there's no one left who will listen to her anger. You need to understand your situation. Loneliness is the hardest thing for a human being. I've never heard of anyone being cut off for disturbing a funeral. I've never heard of anyone disturbing a funeral. By the way, did you know that's a crime? I've never heard of such a crime. It's called obstructing a sermon. I went to law school, so I remember thinking there was such a thing. No way. A prank call to a funeral home is a crime of obstruction. I didn't mean to commit a crime. So? You're not going to help me? You inherited a large amount of money, didn't you? You're the president of Nyasco, so you'll be making a lot of money from now on. Somehow, with the power of money, could you... Our company is also big on donations. We build schools and wells overseas. We can't spend money on garbage. Oh, please. Don't bother me or Cash ever again. I won't even let you see your grandchildren. Well, I think you'll be arrested, so you might not see them even if you wanted to. You said you wouldn't report me! I didn't, but the ceremony hall did. You and your scumbag boyfriend are going to be sorry in a cage. Oh no. I'm going back to my sister's. I don't want to be disturbed. I'll block you. Goodbye, Trashley. Trashley was arrested. Unfortunately, it was her first offense, so she was just fined. Perhaps it would have been easier to go to jail, because she was cut off from 8/10 of the town. Or should I say, plenty of the town. It seems that she was completely ostracized by the people. By the way, do you know what the other 2/10 of the town are? I heard it's to lend a hand at least for the funerals and the fires. I wonder if there's anyone who can give a hand to Trashley. As for me, my work is so hard that I don't even have time to worry about Trashley. Once again, I realize how great my mother was. I'm going to do my best to fulfill my mother's wish, which was to cheer up Japan.
Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.